Going live. Sometimes it'll bite me, but it says I'm live. It says I'm live. How's my audio? Do I have audio?
Hell yeah, baby.
Here's what I like to do. Welcome to this. I got to look over there. I'm programmed to like look at my computer.
Yeah, right.
But I got to make sure I'm looking at the camera set up over here. Welcome to this fine Sunday edition of BS with Be Honest. Today I got my dude. We're gonna call you fucking Kleetus.
Hell yeah.
What I used to do. Let me test the audio. This is the thing too, is I'm always constantly testing the audio. Because while it sounds good in the cans, sometimes it don't sound so good. Now, if I go onto my phone, it says I'm live. Sometimes it don't sound so good. Now, if I go, there we go. Audio tested. We're fucking live, dude.
Fuck yeah, baby. So live on the interwebs.
So I just showed you the fact that I do this in the first place the other day.
Yeah.
Now, did you watch any of them? Did you watch the one I just posted or any at all?
I was able to watch a little bit, but I just only really watched just to hear the audio and the sound. And
basically means we're not even fucking friends. I get it.
Yeah, dude. You know how it is.
But I think to the same point, like I was testing this the other night, and I think the audio, like I can see the video a little bit. It's all right. Like it works. But I think the fact that it's talk-based, it's thought-based, it's using our words to give something. Content creation, whatever.
We out here.
That's right. We're out here. It's
here.
much more about audio and setup. I don't care about the frills of video. You know, I like a nice background. I would like a better background here.
Well, the most important thing is, the message and talking.
Right.
So, you just got to be able to hear it,
The basic gist of what I do, Mr. Kleetus, is that I like to I wake up and I take a walk, a nice long walk, and I think and I ponder. Then I come back home and I read some good shit in the morning, and I get on here and I talk to the people. I talk to the people on my motherfucking YouTube channel. Whoever the people may be, I'm talking to them because it's an exercise there. Then I get done doing that. I go lift some weights and I go to work every day. That's a fucking nice morning, right?
Hell yeah. And how long has that been the routine?
I've been doing what I've called the BS with Be Honest podcast, which is this fine Sunday edition of BS with Be Honest. That's me, Nikki Be Honest. You can see it right there. NikkiBeHonest.com, so on and so forth. But I've been doing this.
Seriously, check out his music. It's fucking fire, guys.
Heavy
you really
metal,
need to listen to the music. It's balling.
But I've been doing this since May or so. I started.
Damn, okay.
But this, you got to keep in mind too, and you're an OG. We've been fucking boys for a long time, on and off. We'll get into it, but
hell yeah, I'm sure we will.
So this is the third iteration of my quote unquote content creation. The one before this was, let's start from the beginning. The very beginning was when I first got sober, and I was sharing those videos with you guys and a couple other close confidants.
Yeah,
that was when I would go in the basement and just kind of monologue into the camera.
Dude, I love the old Benny monologues.
And I called them the Benihana's meditations, or Bihana's meditations, something like that, based on Marcus Aurelius' meditations, the famous fucking pro piece of Stoic philosophy. Because that's just him as the emperor. He's just writing his thoughts down and talking to himself and keeping himself aligned and doing like that self monologue driven critique. He never even intended it for it to be published or consumed. But I did. Because even if I wasn't sharing with people, to me, it's like I had just gotten sober after being a fucking menace of an alcoholic. Like just
menace to society, dude.
Straight up, bro.
Bro,
we were in the fucking dirt together many times.
I mean, I was the last guy you drank with, right?
One of them. Yeah, one of them. The last night we were drinking together.
The last night we were drinking together. That was the last night you drank.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. July 3rd, 2023. So I'm like 2 years and maybe 2.25 years.
Dude, and
best fucking thing I ever did. And after that was when I started doing the Bihana's meditations in the basement down here. Because I'm like, I've always wanted to do this. We've had long jokes about I'm starting my own podcast. Fuck you guys. I've always kind of wanted to. And even the amount of content that I consume, it just by listening to stuff, by consuming the content, it puts this dichotomy. And this is the market. This is everything. It's you're either consuming or you're creating. And that's it. Everything falls into that in my philosophical estimation. And I'm like, dude, I've always wanted to try this. Let's just fucking do it. So I started doing it. And the first one, I forget, they're all off YouTube now, but it was I'm on sober. This is what I'm
taking them off?
I have either they're deleted, mostly they're locked. Just because I don't love looking back on them.
Oh, dude, that's those are dude, the Benny's monologues were sick.
And there's something to be said for it. So God willing, if I ever build a fucking audience and make this something cool where it's if one day I could show everyone this is where I started, They're still there. I didn't delete them.
Yeah,
they're
there's
not
massive
gone.
value to that.
Sure, maybe. But to me, it was hard to do because I didn't really feel good about doing it. Like it felt like I was a fraud. It felt like I was trying to be something.
Imposter syndrome.
It's just like anything. The first time you get on a bench press, you can't grip the bar right. Yeah. You can't move it right. You're all fucking off balance and shit. So it was like that. Let me set this. But I did that for a little while. And then that's the first iteration of Nicky Behanna's on YouTube talking some shit. The second one was up in where I do my morning show now. And it would be something like this where I'm talking with somebody.
Yeah.
But my boy B-Mac, shout out B-Mac, he fucking came up with that's right. He came up with the term ghost host. So it was me on screen because there's an inherent kind of risk. There's something at stake by putting your fucking ugly mug on the internet.
Sure.
We all know that.
Oh,
This is like that age of shit. It's been like that for a while. They scared me with that in college. Fucking, I heard about that on MySpace in 8th grade, talking shit about teachers online. Whatever, So there's an inherent risk there. And I'm like, but I want to talk to somebody. Like I can do the monologue thing and I enjoy arguing with myself. Like I have a fucking crazy internal.
I do enough of that. Dude.
Yeah, dude. And so you know how it is. Like,
yeah, dude.
Maybe I'm schizophrenic. It's possible. We can't rule it out. But I have a lot of like discussion. I got a lot of discussion in my head.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the voices, but there's there's thoughts. I think, for better or worse, I think a lot too.
And sometimes projecting those inner monologues can be helpful, but sometimes it is unhelpful. So sometimes it is nice to just sit down with somebody else and just chat it out.
Yeah, and that's what Aurelius is.
I'm not really well read on Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, and his famous work is Meditations. He's an emperor who was rich and owned slaves. I mean, he's one of the Roman kings for all sakes and purposes, dude. But he wrote the Meditations. It was like his journal. It was just his journal that he would keep and aim to be straightened, not straight. You can never get to straight, but we ought to straighten ourselves out. There's morals and epistemology. It's a philosophical piece, dude. And it's quoted. It's like one of the main pieces of what they call Stoic philosophy. I don't know what you know about Stoic philosophy.
Not really much, to be honest.
Stoicism is what they call it.
I haven't really dived too deep in that, in that corner of literature.
Do you like philosophy?
I do.
Generally?
I mean, I guess it really depends on what that means, because that's so broad.
It is.
Obviously, I like thinking about the way people think, and that's kind of essentially what philosophy is. Really, is the thinking of thinking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but some people get really in the weeds about it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it can be really self-gratifying and be way more headier than it has to be.
Of course.
So it's kind of to a degree, sometimes I find it to be people just sniffing their own farts.
100%.
But
everything's like that, though.
But exactly. Everything's like that.
Not even that everything's like that, but that exists across everything.
Yeah.
Everything has that.
And I do have some philosophy books and stuff, but I really haven't delved into them too deeply.
Yeah, I like Meditations. I like Stoicism. Stoicism, as I understand it, is being able to just endure. It's the acknowledgement that it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to the thing that happens. Okay. It's not even something happens to you. If I reached out and just smacked Kleetus across the face and you spiral, get that retard juice and fucking just hit it running, which, it could happen. I'm not going to say it will, but I'm not going to say it won't.
Yeah, you can't discount anything, bro.
It's is it because I cracked you in the head that you grabbed the juice?
Yeah.
Or is it because your reaction? So then the whole point behind Stoicism is working on oneself, developing oneself, bracing oneself. So when these things inevitably, invariably, they happen to everybody, life, how do we react? And I find it helpful to study it because I'm an emotional dude.
Yeah,
I'm a highly emotional, sensitive dude, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm in the same vein. That really kind of sounds like something I need to get into. And
sure.
Really listen. Read it out.
Marcus Aurelius is the big one.
Okay.
Epictetus is a big one. Seneca has a lot of Stoic writings. And I like that shit, dude. I like that ancient canon of important works that creates that trajectory, which turns into the Western culture. Yeah. And everyone on the fucking internet's talking about preserve the West, save the West. Everyone's doing that shit. Have they read the book? Have they read the source material? I've always been interested in that. You've known me a long time. I've always been dude, don't talk about motherfucking 1984 if you ain't read 1984.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, tell it. That's just like a quick example.
You've always been about it. And, even as long as I've known you, it's actually been really cool to like watch your personal growth as a journey. It's really, really, really cool.
I appreciate
like you get smarter every day. You're like committed to self-development, learning. It's really cool to watch and very, very envious in a lot of ways. And I'm like, obviously I want to be my own man, but like in a way, you're like, you just set a really good example as a friend, like on how to fucking be a man. Like
fucking A, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Like
I really do.
It's really cool sometimes to see people who have like had shortcomings in life or messed up situations or been terrible. And it gives a lot of hope to others when those people succeed.
Yeah.
And like helping other people succeed through your own success is like, that's where you want to be in life, dude.
It seems to be like that's the point.
Yeah, that really is the point. It
seems to me as if that's the fucking point.
And that's what I'm discovering every friggin' day I'm doing this life thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm discovering.
Did you just hold yourself back from dropping an F-bomb?
Yeah, kind of. But not because we're on the podcast, but because I've been trying to make a self-conscious effort lately
to curb the F-bombs
to curb the profanity.
Good for you.
Just because it's not really an intelligent way for me to engage with the world.
I like that.
Sometimes
you ain't wrong, dude.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just fucking cuss and be act like an asshole.
Like a Neanderthal.
Yeah, but I'm really trying, I'm still early in my sobriety journey.
That's
here.
true.
I've got like 11 days now, but
Is it 11 days?
It's been 11 days now, man.
I love that, dude. Sobriety's fucking important.
Dude,
go ahead. I don't mean to keep talking.
No, you're good. It's the only thing. But like every day I'm just learning to try to be better and like relearn how to interface with the world.
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult at times, but it's a cool learning process. So like
for sure.
It sucks to have to do it at 33 years old.
Yeah.
Because you've made some damn many mistakes, but it's a good thing. Like it needs to happen sometimes.
Definitely.
A lot of people are really disjointed with the way the world works, and they don't know how to interface with it. Is really just the biggest problem that I think all of us have. Like it's just we're not good at interfacing with each other, and that creates so much strife and ignorance and hate.
It does.
It's fucked up.
It is.
It's messed up.
I think that's where Stoicism is like. It's been very helpful to me, just since we were just talking about it. But even like the way we interface with something, I think that's such a unique phrasing of it. And I think it's the most accurate phrasing of it. Like we do interface with the world.
Well, yeah.
Like we do. We interface with people. It could be interact. I guess they're kind of the same. It's kind of synonymous, but it's not the same. There's like a weird, subtle, fucking like semantic difference there where this word is better.
Very, very subtle. Yeah.
Like
and
this thing's an interface.
Yeah.
Audio interface.
Yeah. This is how we interface with the internet. Like,
right.
But it's cool because the world is literally the only, like just living and being alive is the only thing literally all of us share.
Right.
So like
fucking A.
It's literally the only thing that is common amongst everybody is that we're all alive. Like everyone who's alive now, it's like we're all alive and we have to share this world together.
And up to this point, they always been alive.
Yeah.
And at one point, we ain't gonna be alive.
That's right, dude.
You know, memento mori, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Remember, you will die. That's what Aurelius writes about.
Oh.
That's one of the big things in him is, remember that I'm going to die one day. So what do I do when I'm here?
Like coming to peace with like me, just
mortality,
music,
mortality, the inevitability and undeniability that what else do we have in common? Right now, we're alive. But in the future, when you delinearize time, we're all going to be dead. And like, that's it. Which begs the question, what the fuck am I doing right now? What are we fucking doing in here with sunglasses on in my fucking kitchen table, bullshitting on BS with Behinners? What's going on?
Professing the truth.
That's right, man.
Speaking our truth into existence. You know what I mean? Like
and that's a big thing. And there's power in that, dude. And that's such like a corny fuking thing I've heard my whole life. Speak truth to power. Speak truth to power. Whatever context.
Cliches aren't cliche because they're wrong.
They're cliches because they're motherfucking right.
Exactly.
Always. And they're not even right. They're like the most right.
Yeah. It's just a fundamental thing that people get. And it's fun to like satirize that. But there's so much truth in like traditional cliches and people want to overlook them sometimes. And
it's natural. And I think culturally we're at a point I think culturally it facilitates
culture wars.
Yeah. We're in a spiral.
We're spiraling. Oh my God.
It's like cool to be like, look at that positive dude. Man, fuck you. And like however that actually manifests, that's like the case. And I found even like my whole life when I was drunk, I would look at people and be like, man, how's that guy got such a nice life? Why is this dude always happy? man, fuck you for being happy. And I'm still kind of like that when if I'm at a crosswalk or something, if I'm just walking through town and someone stops, they go out of their way to stop to let me cross. I'm like on the curb, like, just go. Come on.
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on.
Like, you don't need to stop for me. You're so nice that you're almost annoying. And I don't know if I'm projecting.
Have you ever done that like silent argument with people at like a stop sign where you're both waving each other on, and then you go like 6 inches, and then you wave another guy on?
It drives me crazy.
Me too.
I would be safer to just go, all right, I'm going. See you. Peace, bye.
And that's like an interesting thing too, because it's not like in life, a lot of times you just sometimes have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times you're just faced with a fork in the road, and you just have to make a choice. You're
not always afforded the luxury of time to deliberate and decide and weigh options. And I think this is most. You can't always do that. Sometimes you gotta fucking move.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta make a damn choice. Like, right. And sometimes it's the wrong one. That happens. Like,
you got to deal with it when you make the wrong one. You got to deal with it,
but you can always keep making better choices, and you can always I don't know. Not to get
You're right.
Not to get like send
corny, but send it. Be corny. Fucking talk truth and shit, dude.
But like,
this is the point.
Everybody really, especially in this country, in America, dude, everybody has the opportunity to better their lot in life just by making simple choices every day.
I agree.
And I've loved the last 11 days of my life because I get to wake up every day and make choices for myself and take control of my life back. Yeah. And a lot of positive things happen when you do that, and you're able to really take control of your life in the way. Like it's a really empowering thing, but also part of that empowering feeling. Like, I mean, not to get religious or anything on this, but like turning my life over to like, and just accepting that like I am gonna die one day, but like God's got my back.
Yeah.
And like everything's gonna be okay. Like that surrender feeling is so freeing and empowering to let me live a better, more like glorifying life now. Like, I don't know.
That's good, man.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
We can talk about whatever. What the fuck you saying sorry for?
I just didn't mean that. I don't want to be all like downery, but
nah, bro. I mean, you're freshly sober.
Yeah,
and we were fucking completely maniacal, dude, when we were drinking.
Like, dude.
It's one thing to say, and there's, like you've been going to AA.
Yeah.
Cool. I just outed Kleetus.
Oh my god! I'm so mad.
You can find Kleetus
in the room.
To be anonymous. But like, there's a trope. There's so many tropes about AA that just go around. Like, you say it to someone.
Also, seriously, if you're watching this right now, please don't turn it off. If you think you have a drinking problem, please go to AA. It will change your life. I promise you.
You fucking heard the man right here. You heard it. I mean, it saves fucking people's lives, dude. Like, it has. And just because idiots on the street or idiots in the world want to make jokes and be cute and have something to say. What's that, like a cult? What are you talking about? Your feelings? It's like, yeah, that's true. Maybe 20 out of 23 people in here are just here trading war stories and fucking talking about who was the biggest, baddest drunk in the whole room. But like those other 3 people, they fucking completely changed their lives. They probably not even saved their lives, but maybe they got children. Maybe they got wives and husbands, and like, who the fuck knows?
I used to have that societal like stigma opinion of AA that it's like some weird like religious cult and all that crap, and that's what kept me from going in the first place. For many years. Like, and I just always thought it was like this was before I even believed in God. Like, I grew up like pretty much an atheist.
Sure.
So like I was like, I don't need to go to AA. I'm not turning myself over to some God.
I'm not one of those. One of those people.
I'm not that bad. Yeah. But like, it's really just completely different than like anybody. It's like difficult to explain in a way. Like there's something powerful that like goes on there.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people find the best things in AA when they're like finally ready.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot to get to the position to just be like, well, I guess I've fucking tried everything. Let me just that's like what happened to me. Like,
they call it rock bottom.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what they like to call it. I like to think of it that way too. But I mean, I had many more things that should have been bottoms that like, for me,
I believe you. I don't mean to laugh. But.
No, like in a really funny way, like just real brief, like my rock bottom that turned me to AA was literally just being slightly hungover at work and my boss asking me like if I felt good. When in reality, when I look back, I've had 2 DUIs. I literally drank myself into a fucking cardiac episode. Like, I never really told you that, but like, that's what happened. Like, that heart thing wasn't a random fluke.
Right.
It was a fucking binge episode. So like, all those things happened, and I still didn't give it up. Like,
motherfuckers are funny like that, dude.
it's funny like that. Like, I should have had so many other rock bottoms, and my rock bottom was like higher than all those things. So like, it's really funny how it works. But
whatever
like,
it takes, though, because I mean,
that's all that matters.
I used to go to work all hungover. Like, I might not even have slept, depending on what kind of fucking white powder was floating around. Like, I might have had a shower beer. I might have like done whatever and got there, and my boss would just like laugh at me. He'd be like, "Oh, you're out there getting after it, huh?" And like,
sweating, baby.
I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Shut up. Like, leave me alone. Get through it. I'm almost done." And it was like normalized, because that's what the funny fucked up thing about drinking is. You don't really realize how normalized it is. And when you're being preached at in Dare or in, holier than thou podcast hosts that may or may not have sunglasses on their face, when you're being talked at by just the whole fucking assholes. When the whole world is full of assholes telling you that it's better without it, and it's only normalized because it's just like, it just is. You don't see the deficit. You don't see the voluntary participation in just like by definition absurdity. Like, what are you idiots doing?
Yeah.
And people don't like being talked down to. People don't like being made to feel less than. They don't like being patronized. Of course not. So for me, once I stopped, I'm like, wow, dude, every single one of them motherfuckers was right. Not just right.
Yeah.
They were more right than I ever could have thought they were. It's crazy, dude.
It's
completely
crazy.
Insane.
I love,
no shit.
And I love learning. I love experiencing that feeling like every day.
Yeah.
Just like how wrong I was, and how like, I don't want to be all preachy about alcohol. Drink alcohol if you want, but I'm telling you, like,
I disagree with that.
Your life is so much better without alcohol. I just cannot see any positives in it anymore.
But you and I are also like extreme dudes. Like, there's not a moderate bone in either of our respective bodies. A lot of times it's all or nothing. It's this or that. There's not really an in between. And I know a lot of dudes who can like have a couple seltzers, or like sip on a glass of whiskey with some ice.
Yeah, but even still, if you just like approach that with a logical brain, it's really easy to just be like, why are you even doing that?
And
you're cognitively impairing yourself for like almost no reason, just to press a dopamine.
Sure. But then I'm in the position where then I'm telling another full grown human that I think you're selling yourself short. And they're like, man, I'm me, you're you, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. And that's almost like analogous like to a religious thing. That's why people
it's exactly the same.
It's like, it is like, but at the same time, like, if you're of a certain belief, if you really do believe you have a truth and a cheat code and some secret to the universe, like,
you should share it.
You should share it. Wouldn't you be an asshole if you didn't share it?
I think so.
Like,
and it's rarely comfortable.
Like, that's why I don't understand why people get pissed at like street preachers and stuff. Because I'm like, bro, these people think they have the sauce. Like, they want to, they want to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
make up your own.
Trying to put you on some game, homie.
Yeah, like they're trying to put you on game, and like, don't be mad at them if. You can make your own decision, but you don't gotta be mad at them, dude. Yeah, like that's why it's crazy. Like,
and it's so psychological because, like, who am I now that I have ceased drinking and smoking weed and blowing lines? Now that I've ceased it for a little over 2 years, I'm gonna go tell the world how to operate. Like, so that's a certain point of checking yourself too. So it's, I find tension there where it's like, I know this is right, but it's not my fucking place. Yeah. That's kind of why I like doing this. Cause like, I want to propagate the message of it. Like,
truthfully, it really depends on the matter. It really depends on the matter. Like, so
for sure.
So like, like preaching sobriety. That's one thing. That's not necessarily like the one thing I like. I don't know if you feel called to do it. I really think you should do it. It's like professing, like evangelizing your religion, whatever that religion is, like, because I think like you ought to do it. Like,
and I almost feel the same way about sobriety.
Yeah.
Cause like, if I think about, I don't really get down and hang out with all the like Mello. When's the last time you seen Mello?
Dude, it's
One Love, but I ain't really seen him. I don't think he's watching this, but that's okay. And it's just
but if he was out there, Mello, I love you. I really hope you're doing well, brother. I ain't seen you in a bit. I hope you're doing all right.
Fucking A right. I miss that dude. Yeah, but like, I ain't really seen him. I ain't really seen him since I quit fucking drinking. Every now and then. If I go out to the bar to watch the Eagles game and be social and just kind of rub shoulders and get back in that world a little bit. But then it's like, there's a lot of people like that. Even when I was on probation for my DUI years ago, there's a lot of people that, oh, well, Benny's not smoking weed anymore. And You kind of it naturally separates itself.
And that's
I would venture. What I'm getting to is I would venture to say, if all those people that like I fucking got mad love for and really like, we would all be better as a collective. If we're a fucking posse, if we're a tribe, if we're a team, if we're a community. Everyone talks about community. What the fuck actually is a community?
Yeah. And what
if we're not actively participating in it and building it? Exactly.
Yeah.
If we're all sober doing that, our roots are way stronger.
Yeah, I agree.
No doubt. There's not room for that. Like fucking Hap was saying, dude. You don't take that first drink, you can't take the second.
Yep.
You don't take the second, you ain't gonna get the 5 or 6.
That's right.
And that's when it always got mischievous.
Yeah, dude.
For me, it was after 5 or 6.
Here,
dude.
I'm like that little like. You ever see that or hear about that experiment with the rats like doing heroin? And they like if left up to their own devices, they're just going to keep pushing that button over and over again. Yep. And that's exactly how I've always been. I like more.
Yeah.
Just give it to me.
That's right.
Oh, that feels great. Let me get more of that. Let me fucking do more.
Yeah.
More.
Like a total full send at all times.
Full send at all times, 100 miles an hour. I got no brakes. But that's a hard thing to deal with.
It's life, bro. Like this is where it becomes, it's not even so much about sobriety as it is about life. Like even saying the phrase full send, as far as colloquialisms go, I love it.
Yeah.
Full send that motherfucking shit. Like
everyone knows what you mean. That's a feeling. That's a real thing.
Let's think about the Full Send podcast, just for an example. Not to punch upwards, YouTube. I'm just talking some shit.
Let's go.
I'm not punching it. What is that? Is Full Send the Nelk Boys? Is that who it is?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I believe
so. Like they've had some major big time profile interviews and shit. So they're doing something. They're doing something as they interface as a group with this world. They're interviewing Trump or Bibi or Tate or whoever the fuck has been on the Nelk Boys podcast. Full send. And then you go to college campuses, and that's what frat bros are doing. That's what these fraternities of young men meant to network and engage and build and collectivize. They're full sending 30 racks of Natty Light. Now, I've been known to full send a rack of fucking 30 beers. I've been known, but I was wrong for having done so. How much stronger would everything been if you just if they just chose to not do it? Not even like you go full prohibition, not even like you go full Islam and just nix it. Yeah. But there's wisdom in that. There's intentional wisdom in that because inherently everything is stronger now.
Yeah.
You know, just because some of us can drink, you and I cannot drink.
No.
We cannot drink.
No, I was really good at it, and I was too good.
That's right.
Sometimes you got to quit when you're not really ahead.
That's a smart gambler. Smart gambler quits ahead.
Yeah, they do, but
they're still gambling.
But it's
they're still gambling.
Yes.
You know, the smart drug dealer quits before he gets booked. Yeah. How do I know that? Because I used to roll with drug dealers.
That's right.
Way back in the motherfucking day, you know?
Yeah,
you quit before you get caught. You don't need the cops to roll up on you when you're blasting Bone Thugs and Harmony, smoking your fifth L, and there's 6 of you in the car. We crept when we came. Yeah, we did. Knock, knock, knock. Red and blue lights. Now you're fucked.
Yeah.
You quit before that. And it's a saving. I attribute it to God myself. I was pushing my drinking, dude. It was getting pushed and pushed and pushed. If it would have continued, it would have ended poorly. Whatever that force is, it could just be me. You know, it could have just been my own volition and my own pure autonomy to decide to quit when I did. Or it could have been something greater than me, the higher power. It could have been Jesus, who it's not up to me even to really say. I can speculate, at best. But now if you get rid of it for everybody, everyone has strong, it's fucking crazy. How much time have you and I wasted in our lives? What do we do in our 20s besides partying bullshit, you know?
The way that
good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely
fun times.
It's the path to be
walked. I don't wish to turn my back on the past or close the door on it.
I can't do that either.
No, it is what it is, and it made me who I am, but it is really interesting to ponder how much of my life was denigrated by alcohol.
Sure.
How if I had never ever touched alcohol or any drugs of any kind, what would my life look like? That's a crazy thing to think about. I was doing mushrooms at 4. I did 7 grams of mushrooms at 14 years old.
Holy shit. You were that early with the shrooms?
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. I had smoked weed a few months earlier. And then a buddy was like, yo, dude, let's get some shrooms. And we were going to split it with 3 dudes. And the one dude didn't show up. So maybe I did 7 grams a piece.
Oh my God.
The other dude's nut. He went nuts and
at 14 too.
At 14, dude, it was crazy. That was the crazy. I mean, It was wild. We're on the internet. I totally forgot we were on the internet.
Oh yeah, well, it's good. It means it means I'm a good podcast host.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're just sitting here talking.
But yeah,
but like, who gives a fuck what any?
No,
I don't know. You have employers. I have employers. But fucking
no, I don't really care because it's not. I mean, it's tough. It doesn't matter. At 2 a.m. Like, you know what I mean? Sure. It happened to me. But that like profoundly changed my life. You know, in a lot of ways, it was positive too. Like, I had some amazing experiences. I didn't, you know, thankfully I didn't fuck my life up too bad. You know what I mean? In the scheme of things, though, I could be so much further ahead. Like, dude,
it's like, a hell of an opportunity cost.
2 DUIs, fucking untold lawyer costs, hospital bills,
legal restitution,
yeah, like all these ramifications, like, even just monetarily. Like, there's so much money I just had pissed away on this crap.
Bro,
like,
it's unbelievable.
An infinite time. Like, if I had put that time into, like, you know, it's funny. Hap said it best. Like, if we put in half as much effort into living good lives as we did drinking, we would be so great at everything.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And again, not to punch up at the bigger podcasters, but like, if you ever go back and watch the old Joe Rogan with Ted Nugent on it, that's exactly what Ted was telling fucking Joe. Joe's like, no, man, I just like to smoke after, you know, jujitsu, or, you know, I like to just get a little high and take the edge off. And Ted's like, all crazy Uncle Ted Nugent, like, I bet you'd be better though. And fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
They're like, that's like such a good argument because it's so hard to argue against that.
And that tends to be what I think. And sometimes even like I've got some good friends of mine who are very high performing. They're well off. They're fucking crushing, you know, and they're doing all right. They could have a couple beers if they wanted to, watching the Eagles game or on Christmas Eve or like whatever, you know, they could. But there's a superiority, I believe. There's an objective superiority in the active decision to say, nah.
Yeah.
Because even that small, like 0.05% deviation from my life, that's got potentially ramifications. You know, 0.05 plus another 0.05. Now you're at 0.1%. You do that 10 times. That's 1 whole percent off. Now, I'm not a motherfucking multimillionaire, but if I was counting big chicken, millions of dollars, and I'm 1% off, that's a real amount.
Yeah.
That's a real amount, dude. And for me, it was always because of like my music, you know, playing in bands and shit, which, by the way, YouTube, what's up? NikkiBehanas.com, NikkiBehanas.bandcamp.com, Nikki Behanas on all streaming services.
Go support the music. It's
some fucking
fire, dude.
Heavy blues metal. But
Ain't I, man?
Yeah, that's right.
Go
but
check that album out, fire.
Playing like music my whole life, going to gigs, you're in the bar scene, and it comes with a lot of stuff. And it was always really easy for me to be like, well, I'm a guitar player. I'm a drinker. You know, like I'm drinking, I'm rocking and rolling. I'm a front man. I got long hair, leather jacket. Look at all the chicks. Look at the whole crowd. Look at the room. I know the bar owner. Like it's part of the thing. It would have been such a power move to just be like that one sober bull. And the only people that, you know, there were some sober dudes I've met over the years, and they always kind of struck me as weird.
Well, it's funny because
that's because I was fucked up.
Growing up during that time, we called them straight edge as like a slur.
Yeah,
it was almost like a slur that you weren't cool doing stuff.
But that's the same thing as AA. Is like the straight edge people always put the X's on their hands, and they would get it tatted on them, and they were disproportionately into like emo and hardcore. And I'm not a real big fan of either emo or hardcore because there's cultish things to it. You have to be on the inside of that group to understand them. If you're on the outside looking in, of course you don't get it. You're not one of us.
Yes.
I got straight edge, motherfucker.
That's tribalism.
It is, which is what everything I think gets reduced down to. Anyway,
exactly.
This is like subculture tribalism. When I was a kid in 8th, 9th grade, I didn't hang out with the emos the best I could. You know, we were chasing the same girls because they're the only ones with like black band t-shirts on. But I'm in a Slayer shirt. You're wearing like, what is that? I don't know. What's an old emo band? You like Hawthorne Heights? I got some choice words for you. I got some choice words for you in those old school Xbox Live chat rooms and shit. Like, I haven't been a good dude. At this point in my life, I'm trying to become a good dude.
Yeah.
I ain't always been that. What's the commonality? Whatever that commonality is what propelled me to constantly self-medicate, constantly look for something to cloud the signal. If that signal would have been clean the whole time, who the fuck knows, dude?
Oh, shit, dude.
You think, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Or is it the ramblings of a madman?
No, that's like, I don't know.
It's all about the signal, I think. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has that.
Man, that just kind of like blew my mind a little bit.
Right on.
Because I just had this crazy, like, weird feeling that, like, have I ever been a good person? Like, was I ever good?
Well, what constitutes a good person? That's a really good question,
guess,
albeit
like,
somewhat masturbatory. But what makes a good person? That's a really good fucking question. Because people are quick to say, "I'm a good person. I'm a good man."
That really is so hard to put your finger on.
Who determines who's a good fucking person?
Exactly. Well,
I don't. That's not me.
Yeah. That's why, like, self-determination is like weird.
Whoa, we just got deep. Self-determination is weird. It is. It is.
Because, like, if everyone gets to draw their own morals, we live in a really fucked up world. Like, if everyone gets to decide what they think is right and wrong, like there has to be something that gets to decide the ultimate. Like,
I would think that would be what it ought to be, standards across whatever. You know, if we're talking about the world, I mean,
who draws the standards?
I would think it would have to be collectively agreed upon.
By whom?
The collective, whatever the collective
so
actually
like
is.
Pure democratic.
Well, think about.
Come on, our instruction has to come from somewhere, right?
I agree. And there's a massive, unending secular and secular tradition of those things.
Yeah.
Attempting to get to that standard and recommending or inviting everybody to operate within these standards. That's like, think about it, dude. I mean, that's what the Constitution means. The Constitution is not just arbitrarily called the Constitution.
No.
It's what constitutes the binding agreements,
I think,
mutually agreed upon, that which in theory ought to have kept this nation together. This is what constitutes us as a nation. We sign it, our delegation happens.
It's really one of the most powerful documents ever written.
It's ultimate. At the end of the day,
I mean, like, what other society?
I agree with you.
What other society has been able to blend so many different types of people and keep it unified for so long? Like,
mostly unified.
Like, mostly unified for like the longest period of time. Like, since it's been incepted, like, this document was made to continue to be re-examined, and certain things are just given. And I'm like rambling, but
ramble away.
Yeah, but it's a perfect document. Like, it's almost divinely inspired in a way, I think.
In a lot of ways, I tend to agree.
Because what other country has done what we've done?
The only things I think that outlast that would be like monarchies.
Yeah,
and kingdoms. But that's a different. They
only work because they're super. Because those things only work because you have the same, like, everybody who lives within those, like, you know, like in England, like, for the longest time, everyone who lived in England was English. Sure. And they all followed pretty much the same religion for the most part. And most of the countries in Europe are like that. French people are French, German people are German. There's different people, and those societies only work because they're the same people. But we're the first to bring everybody to the table and make it work.
And it's because of the mutually agreed upon binding, social constructs. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's a moral code.
It's a mutual. It's not even necessarily moral, but it's cohesive and enforceable enough to be self-perpetuating.
I think
as far as I can tell, at least.
As they say in the Constitution, there are certain inalienable truths
that we're born with, that come from nature's creator. Nature's creator is, I believe, how the framers used it. And that's important. It's important. And the idea there is not even so much, this is what we're supposed to do to be a constituent of this Constitution. It's more like, here's what we're free from by virtue of being a constituent of this Constitution, which is, I think it ties back into sobriety. It all fucking comes back, I believe, to fucking the ability to decide for your motherfucking self without coercion, without duress, without pressure, without being stressed or invaded upon or aggressed upon, your own ability. I got sober easy for fucking probation because the threat of jail was such a coercive factor. I don't want to go to fucking jail. It was part of the program. If I would have missed one piss test or come up dirty one time or otherwise violated the terms of my agreement, I got to do a day in county jail per the Chester County Drug Court. And, I signed on the paper and agreed to it.
Oh, you got a drug court? That sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to do the whole drug court program.
That sucks.
Shout out Chester County.
I don't know how. I avoided drug court somehow. Like, I never went to drug court.
Yeah, I know for me, it was because my DUI was, like, so lame. And it was life-changing. For the better, ultimately, begrudgingly, because I don't have any love for the people that are part of the system or that were part of the mandatory outpatient. I got no real love for those fools.
Yeah.
But for me at the time, it felt like, it's a Sisyphean struggle. I'm pushing the rock up the hill. And every day it's a new thing. But yeah, I got my DUI. I blew a .06. So like I was under the legal limit, but I had been smoking a little bit of weed that night and I didn't put eye drops in. So the state trooper called me on it. And I was like, well, I smoked a little bit of weed. Like a fool.
Yeah, like a fool.
It's what you get for being honest.
That's what happens. Yeah.
But hold on. It wasn't like I was being honest, though, because honest people don't act like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you lie. You're dishonorable. So 3 or 4 cascades in, you decide to flip the shit up. You're incongruent now. You should have just been a scumbag. You might have had a better success. Like, how you going to do dirt, and then try and do the right thing and expect it to be righteous? Oh, man. It don't make sense. It violates it violates natural things.
That's
dude.
Some facts, bro.
I'm just saying.
Like,
but I'd also at that point I'd gotten away with DUIs before.
Well, yeah.
By having been like, well, I had one drink.
That's like the pattern of illogical thinking that we as like AAs like kind of go through.
Sure.
Like it's like just psychotic like decision making.
Completely.
Just, like could you imagine if somebody was like, I really like jaywalking. And then I
just fucking love.
Yeah, I love jaywalking. They walk across the street and a biker guy hits them. They're like, oh man, I got a bruise. Next day, they're like, I need to jaywalk again. I just got it.
It's insanity.
And then a fucking car comes and hits them. And they're in the hospital. They're like, damn. They get out of the hospital. They fucking jaywalk and die. Like, any other behavior like that is, like, considered crazy. But, like, when it comes to pushing, like, envelopes with other things, it's...
For some reason, it's, like, usually all right. It's like, man, Kleetus, you're looking a little rough today. What'd you have, a long night? Like, yeah, man, I'll be all right, though. And it's like, okay. He's just hungover. Motherfucker, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think, no one really called me on my bullshit. No one really ever kind of, and I think if I had to be self-assessment mode, I think it's because, like, I'm very pro-social.
Yeah.
And socially, like, I don't know, talented, skilled.
Yeah.
I carry, and I
don't want to. Charisma, you're a social guy.
And everything points to that. So it's not like pure ego to say, I'm storming like a motherfucker out there. They're trying to shut us down.
Oh my God.
But to me, it's like, it would have been so helpful if I would have had somebody one day just be like, dude, Benny, you're a fucking loser. Get it together. Like, what's wrong with you? Now, I probably would have fought and contested and been like, nah, man, it's just one of those nights. But that implies that those nights are normal. So it's a full fucking circle.
It's like a lowering of the bar.
You just ain't back to standards.
That's what it is.
Back to motherfucking standards, dude.
Yeah.
And who decides ultimately, unfortunately, for better or worse, unless we appeal to some authority, any authority, we either appeal to it or we create our own. In either circumstance, it's kind of incumbent that if we make our own, they better be good.
Yeah.
They better be high. Call me OCD or ADHD or a type of way. I need things to be in their fucking place. Even before we went live here, I'm like, wait, coffee, zen, where my shades? Hat's got to be here. It's got to be centered. Got to do it all right. That's called having standards.
Yeah.
There was one time at the burger joint that I hired a new girl and I'm like, listen, like, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. Make sure you do it this way. Like, fill this, that. I'm talking about like ketchup packets or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Something dumb.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, okay, chill with the ADHD. And I'm like, no.
Excuse
I'm
me?
the boss.
I'm the boss.
And this is called standards.
Kids, man.
And, high school girl, whatever. She's cool. She's a great worker.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, her natural social response, not the intellectual response, not the reasonable response, the social response was to say, wow, how neuroatypical or something fucking like that, alluding to that phenomenon.
Socially conditioned to just immediately like push back against any sort of authority.
In the presence of standards.
Yeah.
Like it's fuck. And that stuck with me. That stuck with me ever since it happened.
Well, that's like the deeper problem for society that we were talking about. Like when people get to draw their own standards, everything gets fucked up.
Sure.
Somebody has to decide the standards.
Yeah. And they should be fair ones. They should be virtuous ones. They should be righteous ones, in my view. So this brings me back to, why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to do this in the mornings on my own show, I have to get up early because I have to go take my walk and I have to ponder. Sometimes I'll listen to some good shit. Sometimes it's just being out there, being present, just getting my steps in. And then I have to read some good stuff. I set my own intro monologue up to compel me to these good actions. And I come in and talk some shit to the world. And while
you're carrying a
it's
message.
improv based, like I'm winging it. I'm not. This is again. I fucking spend my whole life socializing. I spend my whole life socializing and talking shit. Over coffee, over beers, over some weed, whatever.
You're one of the
over
best
some
BSers
cigarettes.
out there. That's why we're on BS with Behanas.
That's right. We on BS with Behanas time, and it's a fucking awesome thing, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I find it's like now I'm here. I've did all this stuff just to do this. If I renege on me saying I'm going to go live, especially at the beginnings of it, it's kind of hard to do. Kind of got to get over myself. I got to get out of my own way and just roll with the flow and not think too much about, am I going to stutter? Am I going to curse too much? Am I going to run out of things to talk about? If we stop really quick, don't say anything. 3, 2, 1, pause. It's fucking awkward. What if I shut down? What if I shut down? I'm going to freak out. Everyone's looking at me. I got 2 viewers in the chat at any given moment.
Oh, wait, there's viewers?
Yeah, a bunch of my good.
Oh, yeah, dude, what's good, bro?
Shout out my man, EM.
Shout out to the
EMP
chat,
is in the chat. What's up? I don't want to use people's full name. She ain't giving me a fucking ghost host name. And you send me the.
Is that a random?
No. It's my my longtime
homie.
See, she fucking inserts herself to get some recognition. She's gonna be so mad too.
Oh,
shout out Jess. What's up, Jess? She's in there. But see, she sent me the fucking eye emoji. So she's playing fucking games and she don't realize it. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, EMP's in the chat. She's in the chat. That's it. Sometimes my boy Matty K pops up in the chat.
Yeah, that's so cool though.
Sometimes Tricky Nicky's in the chat. Sometimes fucking a couple people. I don't share this shit with people,
but
I want to get good at it first, man. I want to have something worth giving them
crazy.
first.
You're not even sharing it, and you got people watching. It's so cool.
But I shared it with them because they're my close people. I'm messing with her a little bit. Shout out, sorry, love you. I'm fucking with her a little bit because she's fucking trying to put herself in my project. So in the paradigm of my project, it's fucking, I have a lot of tensions with it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to just send it to everybody on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that I'm friends with and I'm cool with, I like. But the minute they hear me say something dude,
I really think
it's as soon as someone hears me say that Charlie Kirk shouldn't have been shot, now I'm a fucking the volatility of fucking social things is something that I don't want to say I'm scared of, but there's a massive apprehension to it. Do I really need to go on Instagram and everybody sees, hey, yo, it's Benny Hannes, come out here and there's a little 10-second clip of me just talking some shit like I'm fucking important. Dude. Maybe I should. This is the growing process that it's very meta-analysis of my own work as I'm doing the work.
Can I give you some honest advice?
Go ahead. I'm fucking spiraling.
You are spiraling, and I think you need to get out of your own way. You got
dude.
You're half in and half out.
What do you mean half in, half out?
You've always had interesting ways of marketing with even with the band, you were scared to pay for advertising or really promote yourself. It's you're not really setting yourself up. It's almost like you're scared in a way to succeed.
There's an element of that for sure.
So don't be so scared to put yourself out there, bro. And really,
there's a lot to be said.
Really embrace what that means for you, because you're half in on work life, whatever. Dude, I had that same internal conflict when I worked at Wawa and I was trying to start the comic book store.
Yeah,
and I had to make the jump. Sometimes you got to make the jump. I'm not saying quit your job or anything.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not saying that. But don't be scared to let this thing go somewhere.
And fucking A,
because you're a fucking good dude. You got a great message. You're fucking awesome at everything you do. And I think you worry a little too much about what that's going to mean for you. But you might be holding yourself back from success a little bit.
And I think you're right.
And that's just some honest.
Shout out to motherfucking Kleetus for putting some truth out there. Because I think you're right, dude. And it's a very interesting thing. Consuming the kind of
some more water.
You gotta get some water.
One second.
Shill for big water. We're drinking the finest. What we got here? Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah, this is the Nestle that was eminent domain out of the.
Yeah, who knows what the fuck Nestle's up to?
Dude, have you ever seen that?
They're probably mining for rare earth minerals with child soldiers or some shit somewhere.
Have you ever seen that that documentary? It's called Tapped. It's about bottled water and it's about how fucked up Nestle is. It's really good. I think you can get it on YouTube for $5.
I'm sure. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And even bottled water. I've got it. That's part of my doomsday stash.
Yeah.
But this is a funny thing. Completely.
Did you get your storable food?
Tuna packets.
Infowars.com.
I got butter pills
Get
too.
your Get your Brain Force Plus.
Look at the frogs.
We got elk piss.
It's crazy. If you just drink the elk piss, the urea actually, it's an ancient study. Some motherfuckers think that. And for what it's worth, my conspiracy inclinations stop when it gets to consuming your own urea.
Yeah,
But
there's definitely a line. I think several steps.
There's some motherfuckers out there. Now to spiral out to that, to slightly work our way back in. There's apparently a study with bottled water and microplastics.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That they cannot. It's like pornography. They cannot find a control group to run the experiment of presence of versus absence of.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's completely gone.
Yeah, everybody's contaminated. Microplastics are
completely insane.
Yeah, I'm not even concerned about it because I just eat so many macroplastics.
That's what I'm
going to consume all the microplastics.
There's a lot of them in crayons, and you've eaten a lot of crayons in your fucking
crayons, dude. A lot of vegetable oil, derivative products.
I seen something too. Someone was telling me that apparently there's now finding traces of lead in like protein powder, and not
really?
Allegedly. It's all alleged. Could it be that? But my first thought is like maybe it's the memification of our brains and psychologies.
Yeah.
But I'm almost like, what? There's lead. There's lead in protein. I guess I'm gonna be fucking metal. Because I don't fucking care. Give me some gains, dude. Like if that's what's been in it. No! So now on top of everything else going on in the motherfucking wrong in the world, now I got to be concerned about my protein powder. I reject that. Fuck it. At a certain point. At a certain point, fuck it. Bring it on. Because you know what makes my day better? Getting up in the morning and fucking reading some good shit and talking to the people. And then going and throw some motherfucking weights around. I'm in the gym the other day. My man Butterball, shout out Butterball. He was a ghost host before. I was working out with him a few weeks ago. He turned me on to doing like heavy swinging fucking hammer curls.
Okay.
Now, when you try and curl, you're supposed to like really keep it in control.
Yeah.
Man, my man's like swinging. He's doing like 65-pound dumbbell bicep curls.
I'm
like, bro, I want some.
How big is he? How would you describe Butterball?
He's another bald man just like me.
Okay.
But his bench press smokes mine.
How tall is he?
Maybe an inch shorter than me. So 5'8.5", 5'9.5", something like that.
Okay. And how much would you say he weighs?
Probably right around what I weigh. I weighed in yesterday at 206.
Oh, okay.
So not even, he's probably lighter. I don't know,
really?
But he's fucking bigger.
Butterball sounds like a thick gentleman.
Yeah. Some of our friends like to make fun of him for being short.
Oh,
so he's like a short king, so to speak, I guess. You know, and he's a total
shout out Short Kings.
He's a total pervert, but we fucking love that dude. He's fucking out here fucking hammer curling 65-pound dumbbells. I'm like, bro, he's getting some. I want to get some too.
Yeah, dude.
And I ain't doing no 65s, but I'm swinging around motherfucking 45s. And if it takes some lead chips in my protein to be swinging around 65s,
fuck yeah, eat them lead chips.
So be it. What's there microplastics in my shaker? Is there fucking some mysterious disease that's going to creep through everything and wipe us all out?
We're all going to die from something, bro. Fuck it.
Back to the beginning. Memento mori, motherfucker.
Memento
what are we doing while we're here?
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Full circle. Wow.
Full circle. See, that's why I like doing this shit, man.
Yeah,
I like
dude. Wow. Look at you.
I like having fun with it. I don't know. Maybe that's helpful to fucking somebody out there.
No, seriously.
You talk about having rationed food. Infowars.com.
Infowars.com. Sorry, food.
You talk about having rationed food for like doomsday.
I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of retarded.
More than
you think there's not something fucked up and contaminated in my alleged stash of bagged tuna?
Wait, what? Alleged?
Allegedly, I have a copious amounts of little tuna packets in case I have to hunker down and defend the home.
Allegedly. Wow.
Allegedly. You know, because the big thing,
man,
if apocalypse happens, you have to be worried about food first and foremost. Sure, everybody's quick to be like, get your guns.
Well, that's why I'm developing.
And of course,
I'm trying to develop an appetite for rabbit and squirrel.
There you go.
Because
it's got to be something you can sustain and actually do.
A lot of people think they're going to be eating elk and bear and deer at the end of the world.
And that's insanity.
It's insanity because that's just going to get eaten up, and you're going to be eating raccoon.
Right.
And you're going to be eating bullshit.
That's right. And if you don't know how to kill it and clean it and butcher it and prepare it or store it, I mean, it's a whole spiral. So I buy the shit.
I really want to get
in a bag that's low on calories but high in protein.
Is it can?
Can will work, but then you better hope you have a tool to open it. Okay. And if you're trying to hide out and keep a low profile, you're gonna
it's just
like a pouch. Yeah, yeah, it's sun kissed.
Oh,
These
that
fucking
shit.
joints
Oh,
are like
okay.
100,
Yeah, yeah.
100 calories a pack and
I
like
get it.
17 grams of protein, bro. So
That's
like,
great.
if push comes to shove, I allegedly have a bunch, so I can hunker down and not have
Yeah.
to worry about anything except not getting robbed and raided, because that's what actually will fucking come to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that's a complete
That's
tangential
like
spiral.
that's like the force doctrine shit.
How the
like,
fuck do we get here?
I don't know.
That's the point.
That's
This
some
is
force doctrine shit
bullshit.
though. But like anything anyone else has, I can have with enough force.
That's right. That's right. And we mentioned the Constitution and how it's like the most important piece of paper ever written.
Yeah.
Very likely true, but it would burn just like the rest of them. And it's just words on a piece of paper
It's
at the end of the day. And like, that's a
Well,
fucking hard thing
so
to
I-
reconcile.
No, because I think it actually is like. I think it's more of an like just because it's words on paper doesn't like that idea and that feeling is still present. Like I think that's like it really is divinely inspired. Just like the Bible has burned hundreds of times. We're gonna keep
Fucking
finding
right.
the ideas like
Yeah.
the shit's gonna keep coming back. Like so I don't think this can ever be defeated. Like America is
And
fucking
even-
amazing and the Constitution is gonna keep us strong.
Yeah. And even if
We have to conserve this shit. Like
I agree. And I guess even
because
if
we're losing it. Like,
even if push comes to shove and you're aggressed upon where we're not dealing with the abstract of rights and inalienable rights and violation of rights, that's all abstract. The real like physical manifestation of that
Mhm.
is might is right.
yeah.
So ultimately, you know, you're still operating within the spirit of that document. If some bigger, badder motherfucker wants to come and take me,
Yeah.
do you go quietly or not?
No,
I guess
no.
that's like the spirit of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
No, you don't. I mean,
Words
if-
on a piece of paper, be
if you're-
damned. Am I going out quietly or am I going out blasting?
No, you're
you
going
know?
out blasting because you're allowed to blast. You're allowed to defend yourself. That's a traditional principle. Self-defense is like
It's like what Mob Deep said. I'm like vodka and milk. I'm going out blasting.
Vodka and milk. Ugh.
Yeah, going out blasting.
Ugh,
That's,
dude,
that's Mob Deep.
that's-
Survival of the fittest.
Oh god, I never really thought about that bar.
it's
Vodka
not a good
and
one.
Milk is disgusting. Like
Yeah, dude. I mean, fucking shit's. How long have we been going now?
I don't even know.
Oh, we're almost at an hour.
really?
That's what's up.
That's kind of wild.
That's cool. How you feeling, man? You having fun out here, Kleetus?
Hell yeah,
dude.
dude.
This is awesome.
This is fun,
sick.
dude. Yeah.
And I guess where do you go from here? I mean, we talked about a lot of shit.
We talk about a lot of shit.
I think what's cool about talking and like doing this, because I've done a couple episodes myself, even that have been an hour, and like an hour long monologue is kind of hard.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You know,
dude.
I
That's
think the one naturally when I do this in the morning, I'll go like. At first, I was like, all right, 5-10 minutes, because I was doing longer ones downstairs. When I was having my friends up doing ghost hosts, I was aiming for an hour, but then it became kind of wandering. It lost focus. Flow state was lost.
yeah.
Being in alignment with the purpose of it got lost, and it was forced. And this goes back to I remember how we segued. When you're doing something like this and it's forced and you lose the flow, it becomes transparent. It becomes corny. It becomes lame. It becomes artificial. It becomes synthetic. It becomes something that's not what it ought to be. And then we're stuck in this awkward tension of existing within something as it is not supposed to be. This goes back to you saying that I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out with propelling my message, so to speak, be it promotion or sharing or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
To your point, and I thank you again for sharing that. Like, you're 100% right. And it is different hearing it from Kleetus across the table than any of the gurus and people out here on YouTube. That
Yeah.
it's really easy for someone with buku bucks to say, dude, just take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at this point, I'm just a fucking, I'd like to think I'm above average and
You
in enough regards,
I mean,
but
I
at
guess-
the end of the day, I'm still an average fucking dude. I wake up and I go to work.
And even
You know?
what I
Money
was,
and time is like still the main constrictions of my life. I've not elevated beyond the restrictions of money to enjoy time. And those are deep, like spiritual principles on a certain level. You have to transcend the earthly things to get into that. I'm in the midst of hopefully doing that. This is helping me navigate it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and to be clear, I don't think you need to put any additional like effort in because you, like with any of the stuff you've done, you could literally just like market yourself a little bit better with like certain things.
I feel
like,
weird.
You don't have to produce additional
Yeah.
content. Like you could just get yourself out there. Like
I feel weird doing it.
Yeah, I know you
You know,
do.
I would love to have
you've
someone
been
do it for
You've
me.
been crushing with the word of mouth shit forever, and that's why those fucking loaded shows were always packed.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
like, And like, I just think in some ways you sold yourself short, but like you guys always crushed it with Loaded.
Yeah.
And like always had the gear, the merch. You were doing everything right.
And I think
except you were just like nervous to get on the internet, really, is what it was.
No,
it seemed like.
I would counteract that.
Sure, yeah.
On a deep psychological level, maybe there's a sense of low value or an internalized like low self-worth or low perceived value of self. Like it's not worth giving to someone. There's a lot of that. And I'm so cognizant of that now. And I got cognizant of that by putting on sunglasses and talking into a webcam. I got extremely, well, first you have to get comfortable enough to even try.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable enough to even fucking try, dude.
Sometimes you got
just like the gym, you got to be comfortable. It's always okay to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Being uncomfortable is good. That's where growth lies.
But it don't feel good while you're doing it.
No,
and if shit doesn't feel good, how can you muster enthusiasm? If you cannot muster enthusiasm, how can you pursue? Let alone pursue to the degree necessary.
Because you have self-worth. And you're worthy. You're a person.
It takes time. It takes time. For me to like, promote the band too much, I always kind of struggle with it just because it's like, it's almost too, I'd rather have someone do it that I could just offload that perception to. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to tell people how to feel about me because they decide how they feel about me. They decide how they feel about my music. I market my shit how I can. I think naturally I'm very okay with just working in the dark. I'm very okay with just crushing on my own terms.
Yeah.
Beholden to nobody, beholden to my own standards.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. It's like the fucking one of my favorite guitar players of all time, if not my favorite, Rory Gallagher. Irish dude. You ever heard of Rory Gallagher?
I've heard the name.
You ever listen to him?
No.
That he was like that for the longest time. And then I got Irish Tour 74 live on disc, and I became obsessed with Rory Gallagher.
Okay.
One of the best to ever do it. That same criticism was always levied against him, where it's like he kind of tried. He excelled live. He was that deep cut killer. And it's fucked up, dude, because there is like a glory to being that deep cut killer.
Yeah.
Am I crazy for saying that? Like, there's the underdog story. We love the underdog story.
Yeah,
we
love
like
that perpetual amazing studio musicians.
The deep cut. We love that shit. Oh, you ain't heard of this one? No, that's the real one. We love that. And I think I'm very attracted to that on a lot of levels. So if I can embody that, I don't really care if I do or don't embody it.
Yeah.
If it comes natural, it seems maybe that's just what I am.
Well, truthfully,
but I've also never tried to really promote and get eyes on.
I guess
I know I need to do that because I am selling myself
short. It's really your
now.
decision.
Of course,
it's whatever's going to fulfill you. Like, obviously, I'm not saying that like you should do X, Y, and Z for money. Like, what fulfills you at the end of the day is the only thing that matters.
Yeah. And it goes back to even what we were saying about sobriety earlier. You're selling yourself short by not doing it. Who knows? Who knows? If I put a little bit of effort into getting eyes on, maybe how far away from my dreams am I?
Yeah.
If I'm searching for my dreams, that means they're searching for me. I believe that. That's law of attraction shit, dude. That's like real stuff. But you'll never know unless you do the steps to find out. And that's like
it's
real.
Really scary.
It's fucking weird. That's what I keep saying. I keep saying it's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird thing. And this helps me get over that.
Yeah.
Doing this every day, regardless of viewers, regardless of, who I share it with, who doesn't, I can look back and be like, same with the Behanas music, same with the Nikki Behanas music, NikkiBehanas.com, NikkiBehanas.bandcamp.com. It's the same deal to me, dude. I can like look back and see the archive of things that I've done.
Yeah.
Not to praise, not to recognition, and for me, in the scope that I'm operating right now, that's enough. And not only is it enough, it's like a beautiful thing. I can be proud of myself for a good job done.
Hell yeah.
Despite all the other things, So I don't know. Thank you for your feedback and shit. You're looking at your phone. Are you good on time? Are you starting to fret?
No. It was just buzzing and shit. But I was making sure something.
I put mine over here. I don't want to fucking even deal with it. Well, we're at like an hour and 3 minutes. Do we wrap it up or we keep going? How are we feeling?
I got all the time in the world, dude.
Yeah. I just, to beat a dead horse. I guess it's crazy that Rogan does like long episodes.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there go really, really long, but that also depends. If we had like another person here and a couple more microphones or something, who knows what directions it could go.
Parse through the conversation.
Yeah, but I like the idea of doing what I'm doing, man. So again, thank you.
Yeah, dude. I love you doing what you're doing, and it's really cool. And I think you're really good at what you do all the time.
Thank you.
I just don't want you to be scared of that. That's all.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
You just gotta keep doing the things.
Yeah.
You know, that phrase that we were talking about the other day, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, what's the old thing? Soldiers in gardens. And I've talked about that on the Hana's BS would be Hana's podcast before. You know, is it better to be a gardener in a war or a warrior in a garden? I don't really have the answer for it.
I mean, it's an easy answer.
What's the answer? Let's chop it up.
Be a warrior.
This will be our last segment. You think it's better to be a warrior in the garden?
Yeah, way better, dude. I don't want to be a fucking gardener in the war, dude. That sucks.
Why does it suck?
Because you'll die. Well, I mean, I guess like that's
what's the mortality rate in wartime of warriors' deaths versus gardeners' deaths? I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder.
Sam Gamgee made it to the end.
True. Yeah.
Didn't he? And a warrior is meant to be a warrior. What happens?
My mind. I'm on board.
I don't have an answer. I'm just like,
I'm
not coming at you with some slanted, some slanted Benny bullshit.
No, this is a really heady topic.
I think it is.
I'm interested in.
We hear this.
To be clear, you don't have a.
I don't know the answer.
You don't have an answer. Okay.
It's almost like a proverb, like a riddle.
Yeah.
You know, Sun Tzu allegedly said it's better to be a warrior. But I don't know. I don't know Sun Tzu. I don't know enough about Sun Tzu. I've read bits and pieces of The Art of War. But was he actually a warrior or was he a philosopher? Is he that dude in the back of the book that you look at? He's talking all this shit and then he looks like a piece of trash. You know what I mean? He's going to tell me about discipline and he's a fucking oaf. I'm just saying. Like that,
yeah, no, you're right.
I'm in my old age. I'm getting back to the point where I like ad hominem. I like combining ad hominem with the ethos of who's telling me shit. Because who is anyone to tell me shit?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro.
So if Sun Tzu never fought a battle, I don't know if he did or didn't. I'm not that well versed. But if he did not, and he's talking about all this, and that, I don't really care what Sun Tzu said. So Sun Tzu, who never fought in a war, is telling you it's better to be a warrior than a gardener. Was he going to the grocery? Was he gardening or warring? If he was doing neither, he got no real opinion that we should take.
That's a very, very valid stance.
So it's interesting. Same with like the other book next to Meditations right here. I have The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. Robert Greene is the author of 48 Laws of Power, 33 Strategies of War, something X amount of strategies of seduction. Then you look at the back cover and he's like an ugly motherfucker though. Like, go ahead, pull it open.
Let's look at this guy.
Now he's smart. He's wise. He's like good at writing.
Oh, this guy's ugly as hell.
So he's got a book called like the 48 Laws of Seduction.
This guy's got a book called 48?
Who's
this
seducing?
Fucking Melvin? This fucking window licking Melvin? That's crazy.
So it's worth noting, you know. So I'm pretty sure that, and anyway, I think that.
What's the Daily Laws about though?
Well, it's taking all his stuff and he's putting it into a daily reader. I love daily readers. I sent you that picture the other day where it's like small little excerpts in the morning. Just it's like a good brain diet.
Yeah, dude.
You know, you
brain
can
diet. That's a good way to put it.
You can live a great life without taking fish oil and zinc or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to supplement. There's a joke in Entourage about how Johnny Drama was spending $5,000 a month on vitamin supplements. You don't need to spend $5,000 a month on vitamin supplements.
Yeah,
Drama,
good old vitamins, just like our ancestors had.
Right. So you don't need it, but it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. If you're not lifting weights, you don't really got much business taking creatine and like pre-workouts.
Yeah, unless you got something like wrong with your body.
You got to right. It's a supplement.
Yeah.
So I look at the daily readers not as like all I read, but they're good supplements.
Yeah.
You know, so I read a little bit of As Bill Sees It, the AA book.
Yeah.
I read The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. He's a lib. I don't like Ryan Holiday, I've decided, but his work is outstanding. So I gotta I have to have integrity and like what I like. Who gives a fuck? Separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
You know, like I think that's important. So I read a bunch of stuff like that in the morning. His thing, the daily laws, it's meant to be like one of his laws of power or a law of war or alleged seduction that you just read a little bite-sized thing every day and it's mental diet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To be a gardener in a war or a warrior in a garden, I don't know that there is an answer. Because like a warrior in a garden, like he's neutered. He's neutered. You know, I read a lot of stuff and listen to stuff by like veterans and military people. And what's the highest disproportionate unaliving rate? There's a lot of veteran overlap with that. You took the fucking warriors.
Wow, I didn't even like think about
You took
that.
the warriors out of the war and put them into a garden, a nice walled off, secure garden. They're not meant to be that. We're all different people with different skills. I don't know. But I think this shit's interesting. I think it's interesting.
I never thought of that. That's crazy.
You put a gardener in a war and he can still be a gardener. He'll find a way to to feed and nourish and
Oh man.
tend the soil and
Well, so
whatever.
isn't that just the answer then?
I don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm not going to answer the centuries-old proverb allegedly attributed to Sun Tzu.
I hate uncertainty.
Well, that's been
I know.
that's been a theme I've been talking about this past week because that's like what I talk about. I'm always kind of like thinking in the real metacognition mode that you pointed out. Like, what's my message?
Yeah.
You said I had a good message, and I appreciate that. I hope so. I'm working on being a purveyor of a good message, being a good example. So I appreciate deeply you saying I've been a good example. I've been a help. I've been a service. I've been something positive.
Yeah, dude, you're giving back to the world in
I'm trying to.
extremely positive way.
I'm trying to, man. And if that means I put sunglasses on and talk some shit on the internet, so be it.
Yeah, so be it. Exactly.
So
Who
be
cares?
it. But like, what's my mission? I'm
and
too
that's
self-aware.
Yeah.
It's a question only I can answer. Sometimes there's diminishing returns on self-awareness because it turns into paralysis analysis and all this shit that these gurus talk about. It's all true.
Yeah.
My mission would be to, think of what I've done in my life, what I've learned in my life, what's helpful, what's not helpful, and just fucking hang out. That's why I don't script it. That's why I don't really have a plan. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, ideally, I get up and take a nice walk and read some good shit and talk to the people, go lift some weights and go about my business.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking life, a life well lived at the end of the week, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, that's it, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
An hour and 10 minutes in. We got anything else?
Nah, dude.
Got anything else?
This is a one episode banger.
Dude, I would love to have you. I would love to do this more often.
Dude,
did you have fun
bro.
coming over here doing this?
Hell yeah, dude. This is fun. This is cool.
Cool. I think if I get to do my internal morning monologue shit throughout the week, and then like a nice Sunday session with a homie.
Yeah, dude.
If I can get a crew of like 2 or 3 homies coming through,
dude,
that'll be an awesome thing. That'll be an awesome thing.
This would be baller. Yeah.
I think my man EMP is going to come through next week.
Okay.
Because he's a big fitness dude and he's got his own personal training thing that he's been working on for the past year or so.
Yeah, I really want to get myself back to the gym. That's the final. The final piece of the puzzle.
You got
for
to,
me.
dude.
Like,
you got to.
That's the final piece, but this piece now is so monumentally important.
Yeah.
I can't try to climb the mountain in one day. But
no, you can't. But you can at least, plan the route. If you think it, if you always think, I got to go work out, one of these days you're going to just go fucking work out, dude. So, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Kleetus, my man, thank you for fucking coming and hanging out. We'll do this again.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thank you to my couple participants
Thank
out
you
there.
for everyone who watched this and listened to our bullshit.
This will be
that's pretty cool.
This will be part of like my podcast because I don't know if you've looked that deep into it either.
No, I haven't.
I expo all this.
Hashtag Luke into it.
Ooh, I export all of this so on YouTube. I do this live on YouTube. I do not use Streamlabs or anything. This goes directly to YouTube. I save it as a live video. I title it after the fact, so it's kind of poignant.
Yeah.
And then I add it to my GM Bihanas playlist on YouTube. Good morning, Bihanas. That playlist is set through a website called Podbean. Shout out podbean.com. Pay a little fee every month. As soon as I send it to that playlist, it automatically exports it to a fucking like XLS file, which then goes to Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts.
Oh, cool.
Amazon Podcasts. I have it set up to just
nice, dude.
send right out there.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
That is badass.
And it's like automatic. That's why I like doing it live.
That's perfect.
I don't like rehearsing.
I had no idea you were doing that.
Yeah. It's kind of. And by the time I show you, it's like
I'm glad you're doing.
There's a little bit of work that validates, And there's another quote I heard by a dude on YouTube, an old prison guy, Wes Watson. Wes Watson's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's doing something way different now with like his social medias and like he's just doing something way different. When I came into really listening to Wes Watson, he's just jacked up, fucking angry, screaming, cursing, convict, big tatted gangster motherfucker, calling everyone a pussy. I'd be hungover and listen to Wes Watson come through my phone, pussy, bitch, just screaming at me. Having done 10 years incarcerated. So one of his things is like, it's not about, you have to be outcome independent. Do the right fucking thing no matter what. Do the right things that you are called to through your conscience to go do. There's a voice that tells you if your signal is fucking clear and you're not. He helped me get sober. He don't know who the fuck I am, but that's a good influence out there.
Yeah.
His thing was the work instills the worth. Do the work. Fuck what happens. Do it anyway. If you're doing sets of fucking 25 leg extensions after banging out 400 pounds on squats and you said you're doing 25 reps, if you had fuel in the tank. You could have. You got to 22. You had 3 more in you. You bitched out. Why do you feel bad later? Why do you want to drink again later? Why are you feeling uneasy later? So the work didn't give you the worth. You know, like that's so fucking. I found that
that's a really good message.
Extremely powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
Really?
fuck yeah. We already said goodbye. We're spiraling. We like to spiral out here.
Postscript spiral.
Now I got to do the plugs. Yeah, and you're new to the whole thing. The work and still's the worth. That's why I'm saying it, because there's like 60 something, almost 70 episodes of this shit out there. I'm a content creator now. Please.
I didn't realize you had that many episodes.
Deep cut killer, bro.
I just
and there's a shit ton of music. If you look at Nikki Behana's on Spotify or anything, got a lot of music out there too.
I know that.
There's a shit ton.
I follow all your music. Dude.
You do, and you've always supported.
Yeah. I bought your shit for fucking $20 on Bandcamp.
Yeah, like, I seen it. You know, some of my friends buy it for like $4.20.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Someone gave me 69 cents one time. I'm like,
you released so much stuff so quick. I was like,
trying.
I gotta give the boys.
It goes back to that same thing that stuck with me, dude. The work instills the worth. If I want to be a guitar player, I gotta fucking play my guitar. And the kind of guitar players I respect are not bedroom dudes doing their best cover of, whatever. They're fucking writing their own music, putting their own shit out there. So I'm emulating what I admire. Another Wes Watson thing is become who you admire and give it to the world.
Yeah,
those things stuck with me.
That's such a powerful
so
message.
if I want to be a guitar
all
player,
the good things in my life are based around that message of like, do good and do unto other people.
Sure,
the same thing.
And it's one thing to know. It's one thing to know. I know. But it's another thing to live it and do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, lots of music. Apparently, a nice little catalog and talking some shit out here. Yeah. So anyway,
plug all your shit, dude.
Time to plug it, dude. Thank you for hanging out on this fine Sunday edition, the Sunday Sesh of BS with Behanas. That's me, Nikki Behanas. This is my man Kleetus out here. He's gonna come in here all fucking jacked one day too. I bet you once you get jacked, you can fucking squat like 500-600 pounds.
Oh yeah, probably.
I bet you could probably deadlift 7 once you're fucking conditioned.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get there.
I hope, man. I look forward to seeing it, dude.
I'm trying to lose 100 by the end of next year. So
you got to keep getting some.
This time next year, I'm trying to have 100 on.
Good. That's what we do. We get some. Anyway, goddamn, I'll never plug. BS with Behanas. You can find this live on YouTube. This is the first Sunday show, which has been awesome. Usually, not always, but usually, ideally, hopefully, striving to. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at some point in the morning. BS with Behanas. Good Morning Behanas on YouTube, which then goes out to Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, iHeartRadio. If you want to see some of my philosophical wanderings and writings, you can go to substack.nikkibehanas.com. Although I think I always fuck that plug up. It might be nikkibehanas.substack.com. So there's that. If you want to see my music or hear my music, rather, you can go to any streaming service, Nikki Behanas. You see it right there on that lid. It's all out there streaming. You can go to nikkibehanas.com, my own website with all my shit attached to it. All the music's on there. You can go to nikkibehanas.bandcamp.com and download it for free. Give it away. If you want to see me just improvise and jam along on some YouTube, dude, I've been doing this thing. It's like a YouTube jam track series. I'll just fire up the fucking TV, play some, blues backing track in the key of B sharp.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just rip along to it for a few minutes. So I got that on my other YouTube channel, YouTube at Nikki Behanas. There's some official music videos on there, some live performances. All of it is, it's not bad, right? Deep cut killer, son. All of it is condensed at patreon.com/Nikki Behanas. If you'd like to support the mission, I post on that every day, whatever my creative tasks are. Streamlined feed. That's it. Fuck yeah. Not a bad plug, Sesh, huh?
Hell yeah, dude.
Keep it real. One love. Peace.
Peace.
End stream. Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.